Welcome to JWL Sports, where we review all the best sports clips from around the world. Now you're probably wondering, why should I watch over here instead of anywhere else? And that's because over there, they don't care about what you have to say. They don't even read any of the comments. They say this all the time. They talk down to us. They think we're just a bunch of clowns on YouTube, Twitter. But I think it's the opposite. I think we know exactly what we're talking about. So I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please don't forget to subscribe. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. We're watching a clip of First Things First, talking about the Bucks, and is it time to hit the panic button? Let's jump right into the clip, and we'll break it down from there.
What wild?
He's making a lot of notes. He's taking a lot of notes, dude. Go ahead. Are you worried about the Bucks?
Yeah. So
your team.
Listen, full disclosure. This is in the show in a packed sports day only because Brew wants to be able to mock me because this is my
You've had
thing.
the whole show to just gloat over Josh
It wasn't
Allen.
about you. This was if before the Diggs trade happened, believe it or not, America, we were going to be the only show outside of Milwaukee to lead with the Bucks-Wizards game.
It's a big game.
They're the Bucks.
Lost to the Wizards.
They got one of the best players in the
Here's
world.
why I'm not going to hit the panic button. Because if there was ever a team in a spot where it's like, all right, just put it in cruise control, it would be the Bucks, who can't get to the 1, aren't going to drop to the 3, and the only thing they actually need to work on is Giannis and Dame together, and Dame wasn't playing.
What a take.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
What a take.
Am I?
Because it seems like they play tonight, right?
What? I know the Wizards played, and I don't know if the Bucks
I
played.
I think they may play tonight or the next game. He's looking like he's going to play.
Yeah.
I think
They play the Grizzlies tonight.
Right. They looked at it like we can beat Washington.
Yeah, of course.
Damn, let's give him a day off, get him rested.
And Giannis is the
And
only one
it
who
didn't
showed
happen.
up. Yeah, and Giannis showed up and nobody else did. But the Bucks are, as you guys said before the year, we all agreed on, and they've had obviously ebbs and flows throughout it, going to be judged entirely by how they do in the postseason. So the regular season just about positioning themselves. Well, they're not going to reach the 1 seed. Yeah. We know that. Right. I don't think they're going to fall to the 3. If they do, then this loss is damaging. And then, okay, so if it's not about seeding, it's about chemistry. Dame wasn't playing. So listen, I am not acting as if you should have massive confidence in the Bucks right now, but panic button seems a little strong.
It's time to smash the panic button.
Only 2 winning teams in the East have losing records on the road. The Magic, who are a nice story, but they're not.
They're cute.
Where no one in the world is saying, you know what, Magic to the title. They're 17-19. The Bucks are now 18-20. So it's a little canary in the coal mine of like,
I mean, even the Sixers they don't have Joel Embiid.
we can't get it together. Everyone's good at home. The Jazz are above 500 at home. The Bucks can't win on the road.
Okay, well,
I
by
wanna
can't
hear,
win on the
Nick.
road, what you're saying is that they won yesterday, they'd be 500 on the road. They're
Yeah, but
18
That's still not
Again,
good.
they
That's
didn't.
still not
So
good.
they're
barely
for a contender.
500.
I want to throw this by you. They're 30-13. They were 30-13 under Adrian Griffin. They're 15-14 under Doc.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this comment that Doc made, I'm watching everything he talked about, the trainers and the staff, everything. I wonder how that's going to sit with the members of the Bucks organization. I'm not talking about See, because why? Like, I'm not saying Doc's lying, because he may very well be doing that, and he may see some stuff he doesn't like. But why do you put that out in the public? Why don't you just handle that inside? To me, there's only one reason to put it out in the public. It's an excuse.
Well, yeah,
It takes a little of the heat. These guys, they're not being professional.
For the record,
the travel manager?
totally agree with Brew.
You see, I'm just
I
wondering,
think-
is this going to sit well? Because you know they already had questions. We all have talked about Doc in the playoffs and the struggles he's had in the last decade. They had the questions too. Now they say, man, we're 15-14 with Doc. They got questions. And now this comment, you don't think dudes are going to be like,
No.
So I think
30-30?
I think Doc was set up to fail in a lot of ways. And I've called out Doc Rivers completely. I don't think he's as good as a coach as a lot of people think he is. I would have never made the move. But I can also recognize that he was put in a very difficult situation, trying to coach this team in the middle of the season. It's just not an easy position to be in. He's got no history with the Bucks. It's just he doesn't command the same levels of respect that he used to once upon a time. So I always thought that this was a weird hire to begin with, quite honestly. And so it's kind of like not fair for him to kind of be put in this situation and then have all the expectations. Like, it was already an uneven, inconsistent team, and then they're hiring him and being like, here, go fix this. And it's like, well, you're not giving me enough time to go do that, to actually, looks like my power might go out. And it's just, it becomes one of those things where you're just not setting them up for success. And that's why I would have never done it. It was a very interesting fire. They must have, and especially Giannis must have really not liked, the original head coach. And so, but this is what Doc Rivers always does. Doc Rivers always wants to put responsibility on other people. And that's why a lot of people take issue with it. He's always blaming other people. He always wants to deflect. And that's hard to respect, even if some of it is accurate, when that's always your go-to. And it is weird to say some of these things publicly. I mean, it's just at this point, the guy's been around the NBA for like 100 years. Just know what to say at the mic. Know what to say to the press. You keep that stuff on the inside, and then you say it in the locker room or wherever. But to put all this stuff out publicly, I would be pissed if I was an employee within the Bucks organization, because again, the whole thing is like, I'm pretty sure my power is going to go out. Who are you? You're not about, if I'm part of, part of the team for the Bucks and like not a player, right? Like a physical therapist, whatever. I'm like, bro, I've been here for 8 years. You've been here for 2 months. You've done nothing in the NBA for years. Where do you get off? Obviously, your way doesn't work. We've actually won a championship within the last decade. What have you done? You've done nothing since, 2008? I mean, my God, it's damn near going to be 20 years. So it's just, I'm just failing to see the greatness in Doc Rivers at this point. And I just think that the Bucks, time to hit the panic button. Absolutely. It's been time to hit the panic button. I hit the panic button months ago with the Bucks because they're not as good as people think they are. They're not well coached. Doc Rivers is not a good coach. Giannis is unbelievable. He is amazing. He is great. He is dynamic. But he is not a true basketball elite. He is not. He is an elite player. So when I say elite now, I'm not saying his level of play. I'm using the word elite now, like, like the elites of the world, like, the people who are really rich and famous, and they're the ones that like, whatever. I don't want to get political. But it's just royalty is what I should say. Royalty. That is LeBron James. That is Steph Curry. That is KD. That is those are the players that have basketball to their core, to their soul. They know what to do in every situation on a basketball court, and they can truly do every single thing on a basketball court. They don't need 45 seconds at the free throw line because they're not afraid. They want the ball with 9 seconds to go when they're double teamed because they know exactly what to do. KD will either get that shot off or he will split the D and go and either, pull up for a mid-range, make the perfect pass. LeBron James will be able to barrel through them and do one of his, patented, layups. And Steph Curry, he will just make the shot from 200 yards away. And that is not Giannis. Giannis is amazing. Giannis is brilliant. Giannis is elite and one of the best basketball players in the NBA. But he does not have that to his core. He doesn't understand the game to his core. He is not a savant like a LeBron James. He panics. He doesn't have the true confidence. He just doesn't. If he did, it wouldn't take him 45 minutes to shoot one free throw. Okay? That's why even LeBron James recently on the sideline was counting it out, because he knows it's in his head. He knows that he's afraid. And you can't win that way. You can't win consistently. You need more help. Okay? You can't put the team on your back and say, I got this. Because he doesn't have the confidence that he has this. Steph Curry does. Kevin Durant does. LeBron James does. Jokic does. These players want the ball, have been there, have done it. It's let's go. And that is not Giannis. Even Giannis now is looking for excuses, right? It's the coach. They fired the coach and they got another coach. It's the coach. They fired that coach. Now they got this coach. I need better players. I need more players. I'm going to retire Milwaukee Buck. I'm going to be here forever. I have to reevaluate what I'm doing. I might have to leave. I'm all about winning, And then they made the mistake and got rid of Drew Holiday. And yeah, they got Damian Lillard, which is great. But, I've already been on this before that they need to find a way to be able to get Damian Lillard, but still keep someone like a Drew Holiday. But, it's just Giannis is not that true dog. It's nothing against him. I think he's a brilliant player, an amazing player, and I would absolutely love to have him on my team. But honestly, for him to truly be successful, I'm not so sure he can be your leader of a team. He can be the number one option to a point, but he even said, Damian Lillard's the closer. He's not a closer. He is not Steph. He is not Clay. Even Clay. He is not KD. He is not LeBron. And you need that. You just need that. And it doesn't mean that he can't put up 50 points. It doesn't mean he didn't have an unbelievable NBA Finals where he did score 50 points and do all that and knock down, I think, all his free throws. What was it, like 20 free throws or something outrageous? Like, it's not to say that he can't succeed, but he clearly doesn't consistently succeed. And you can't disagree with that. You can't dispute it. He's won one championship. That's it. And then he hasn't even sniffed another one. All these greats win 1, 2, 3. I mean, at least 2. They do this. People were talking about Giannis one day being potentially the GOAT. Him being the best player in the NBA. Him being one of the best players of all time. He can do amazing stuff, but so much of it is because of his athleticism, not necessarily because the skill to his core. And that is what ultimately separates him from the LeBron Jameses of the world, of the Stephs, of the KDs. And because of that, Milwaukee will always be in a position to panic. We've seen this play out plenty of times. This is not a new story from my viewpoint. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Do you think it's time to panic for the Milwaukee Bucks? Do you think the Bucks can make a legitimate run for a championship this season? Let me know in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.